Hello, everyone. Vicki Achard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. So today I wanted to show you, remember I was painting a Spanish girl for one of my illustrations for my children's book. And I thought of one more painting that I want to do. I'd like to actually show a Native American person. This one turned out like it looked too older. I wanted for a children's book. I wanted to look, make it look like a child. And so, I drew it freehand, of course. And then, so I made it like this. Doesn't that look like she's, like a young girl? So this is the one we're going to paint today. I'm going to put my paper here so I don't splash. Okay, all right, like that. All right, so as you can tell, I have a different setup today. My son, he actually got this ready for me. So I'm going to get adjusted. A little different for me. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is her face. And if you remember, I like to put the water on first so I don't get any hard edges. Yeah, did you like that Spanish girl? I thought she turned out really, really good. I was really pleased with it. And so one day I'll be able to post the pictures. I said I would post the Spanish girl up, but I looked into that so I could have posted it, but I need 500 subscribers. So if you'd like to subscribe to my, video channel, I would love for you to, so that I get 500 subscribers so that I can post things after I paint them because, I don't finish the painting. I like to go about 30 minutes. Um, and then I finish it off camera. So please do subscribe to my channel and then I'll be able to post. That would be so nice. I'm going to go dark pretty quick. Instead of any yellow ochre, I'm going to go right into the burnt sienna. And let me see here. Yeah, this setup, I have the camera, a different camera. Oh, I have the same camera, but it's on a different tripod. And okay, so I'm going to go pretty dark, pretty quick. And I'm going to blend that in. Her skin is quite dark. I'm taking this picture from Pixabay, the source that I use to get some, pictures sometimes for my paintings. It's a royalty-free site, and they allow you to, the photographers allow you to paint their photographs. Okay. Going to get it a little darker this side. And up here, she has shadows right under the eye here. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to get the neck. This picture, she has jewelry on. I'm really excited about. I think this is going to be my last child. I wanted to point out that there's, different people in the world. in one of my pages. Okay, I'm going to go a little darker right under the chin. And then let that, oh, I forgot my, well, this is going to be interesting because I forgot to, different location. I forgot to put my hair dryer. And I always use my hair dryer, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to let that dry for a bit, and we're going to just move around, see what happens. I'm going to start working on the feathers of her top. I'm going to do that later, but I'll do it now. Okay, so the feathers, kind of dark. We will improvise and see what happens. Just so you know, when you paint without, see, this is my clear water. This is my dirty water. I should be putting this in my dirty water. It was just so near me, it was convenient. Okay, so let's see here. Didn't get it too dirty yet anyway, so that's okay. Some artists, when they use their waters, they don't ever change it. You know, their waters when they're painting, the dirty water, whereas I do. But I mean, you don't have to. So I think we'll be fine. This is supposed to be my clean water. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna use a really two pretty colors in this painting. I'm going to be using, well, I'll show you in a minute after I paint the feathers, and then we can let this dry a bit. I don't want them all exactly the same, you know, darkness or lightness. You know, they don't always, they don't have to be the same, these feathers. Took me a long time to find a picture actually that I wanted to use. They had a lot of older children, like teenagers, but they didn't have a lot of younger children. Let's see here, I think I'm gonna get this a little lighter on the top. I can't, let's see. I'm using a number 6. I like this number 6 because it comes to a fine point. So it's been interesting weather here in Indiana. It's been a little warmer than Michigan. But we came to visit my son and family. Their children are in, they were in the play The Little Mermaid. My so that was a lot of fun to watch. And then they're going to have a dancing. They're doing their dancing routines on Saturday, and my daughter-in-law is going to be dancing tomorrow night. So we're going to be entertained the whole time we're here. It's really nice to see the children do some positive things like that and be involved with such a nice theater group. And uh, then at the end of the 2 weeks that we're going to be here, we have a wedding to go to. So lots of nice things to do. Different, than staying home and having to do things. It's always nice to do things like that, isn't it? But I brought my painting because I thought, well, I want to stick with it and make sure I can do some painting. Then I brought some of my mending that I never get to. Like I have some kitchen towels that, you have to put those buttons on and then you hang them up so you can wipe your hands. So the buttons came off, and so I need to do that. Just things that I haven't really, you don't have time much for sometimes unless, I'm not one to do things at night, just, like sitting there watching TV because I like to really, really relax. Gonna get this one just a bit darker, maybe. Let's see, just because it's on the bottom. They're all different. Okay, now I have to decide what color I want this strip that's holding the feathers up. And I think now I'm going to work on the eyes, I think. I think that's dry enough around her face. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pick up my number 2. All right, my paints are in a different place. So, okay, I got to go way over here. That's okay. I can get it. This is my Payne's Gray. Okay. All right, so now my number 2, unfortunately, just a little bit of the brush comes to a point. So I always try to find that point. All right. Good. Let's see, here's my point here. Well, let's see. Right there. A couple, like some of the hairs on it are a little longer. I probably should get another number 2 brush. Do you think? Because it's kind of hard sometimes to find that one little point. Um, Good. Excuse me, for the longest time, I was very uneasy when I was going to paint portraits, and I haven't done a lot of them, but I'm finding that I really love to do them. Of course, I have a lot to learn about it, but uh, But I've learned quite a bit already, and I really love to do it. That's how I started out, painting flowers. I'm a nature artist. I do the pressed floral work. And so I know a lot about flowers, so I love to paint flowers. But I started painting like glass. I always wanted to paint glass and food. I'm going to get this a little darker here. And animals. I love to paint animals. And I thought, oh, I don't think I'll ever paint a face. But guess what? I'm painting a face, as I did here. Oh, dear. All right, so let's see now. Well, I wanted to show you the colors that we're going to be using. Uh, Let me see if I can show you this. I'm going to have to stand up, I think, to show you. Because like I say, I'm not familiar with, like, if the camera, I have to see if the camera picks it up. Okay, so for her top, this here, so let me bring this closer to you. That's what we got so far. So see her top here is going to be, I thought this color here, burnt umber, and my permanent alizarin crimson together. Can you see that? Is that light shining pretty good? I think so. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? And I believe that that's what I use for this girl's top. Only I put a lot of water in it. See the orange? It's a peachy color. But see, if you go darker, I want her top. I want her top to be pretty dark like this. So it's burnt umber and permanent alizarin crimson. Then her jewelry. I brought my chart, my color. Wait, maybe you can't hear my voice. Hold on a minute. There. So yeah, maybe you can hear my voice because I have my mic on me. So I brought, these are my, was this the one? Let me see. My color charts. Oh, I think this is the one here. Yeah. My color charts. I'm using M. Graham paints, except for there's one color that's, it's called Reeves. I have my student grade older paints. So I'm using Viridian, and I'll use cerulean blue for one of the beads in her jewelry. This one, this color, like it makes it look like a. Can you see that real good? Makes it look like a teal color. I love that color. So that's what I wanted to show you that. Okay, so all right. Let me get this in frame. This is in frame. Okay, good. We're on a roll. Not going very fast, but we're on a roll. Okay. Now I see that before I do any more of the eyes, I don't like the spottedness that I see her face. So I'm going to wet her face again. We're going to just add some more color. She does have, I see, quite brown on this side. Okay. So we're going to wet her face again. We don't want any hard edges. Now, this part about wetting her face and not getting any hard edges, I always wondered, okay, so I got color in. If I wanted to add more, do I have to wet her face again? So, I learned from artists on YouTube as to, let's see, I want my burnt umber. Going to go a little darker this time. As to whether or not, so I learned this from Emily Olson. Olson is it's a watercolor artist, and she's a really good artist on YouTube. And he says you wet the face again if you want to add more color so you don't get hard edges. But I was afraid to. That's why I kind of looked it up. But what do I do? And so that was the way she does it, and I really like that way. I'm glad that I learned that. So glad that other artists share their work, and it's a very wonderful community. I'm finding the watercolor artists, and um, how they share their work, and so it's nice. It's nice to have a community of people that will help you learn how to do something, right? It's just been wonderful. And I've been painting for since 2015. So I do recommend that you seek other artists, because you learn different things, from different artists. They have different experiences, and the only way we're going to learn, right? Well, I do have some books that I like, uh, but to tell you the truth, I haven't. I've been more on YouTube learning than my books. But it's just a matter of taking the time, to read the books, especially like like when I paint my birds. Okay, I'm adding water here. Okay. There's a really nice book for my birds. I love the one I have for my birds. Okay, I think that's good. I think I can go on with the eyes now. All right, I'm going to pick up that number 2 again. And she has very dark eyes. I'm going to start out with burnt umber again. That's my darkest brown. Yeah, I do want to leave a little bit of a highlight, so I don't want to paint it totally. Whoops, I got to make sure that I don't get my fingers. It's still wet there. All right, let's see. Got to put my hand down though. Okay. I'm going to go around this edge here. I want to put the highlight right about there. Okay, good. I like that. Good, good, good. Let's try this again, the burnt umber. All right, then this highlight, I'm going to leave. I got to remind myself. Now, if for some reason the paint goes all the way where I wanted the highlight, I can always paint it in white. Okay, that's good. A little bit more here. All right. Then in the middle, I want to get a little pinkish there with maybe, I'm going to put a little burnt umber in it. I say the middle of the eye. I said that last video, but what I mean is this part here. I don't know what you call that part. But you know how you have that little bit of pink there. Okay, that's good. Now her eyelashes need a bit more work, I think. I'm gonna pick that up black, and then I'm going to add a little bit of burnt umber to it. Now if I can make it so that it's just a little bit distinguishable here. Get that one point of my like that. And let's see if I can do that again. Okay. I want to get my hands in this part here where I just did her face. Okay. That's good. Now, around the eye, I'm going to get a little black because it's not really brown like that. It's kind of darker. So, I think though I'm gonna maybe get her pupil dark is what I'm gonna do, the roundness of her pupil. That's better. That's good. I'm glad I decided not to make the whole eye dark. I think I was just saying more of her pupil. If I can go around this white part here, I'm doing good. Got a little bit too much black, but that's good. I like that. Okay. Now, there's a little part. I wonder if this is dry. Yeah, it's pretty dry. Okay. So there was a little black here. Brown. I better do this because I am going to get I want a hard edge here by the nose. Maybe I should do the nose actually first. And then there's two lines here by her nose, but I am going to do the nose first. So the nose is always the hardest for me. I think I remember telling you that before. Okay, so I'm going to go in. Okay, I better get this wet again. I don't want to, there is some hard edges here, but I can even do that. I do want to leave her nose kind of light in the middle. So let's see what we can do. Okay. All right. Now let's go put this in here is darker by her nostrils. And then this kind of goes up here like this. Blend that in a bit. Okay, and I'm going to leave this a bit to get more of those hard edges around her nose right here and here. And leave that dry a bit. We'll work on this part now. This was very light, and I could leave this light because her hair is quite dark, and this is light here. Light, dark. Okay, I'm going to go in with maybe yellow ochre, I believe. I think I'm going to do that just to get it a little light. Maybe I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to also add just a bit of, Burnt Umber, I believe that's on my palette. Let's see. Test my color. Yeah, that's kind of lighter. I'm just going to go in here. This is like the part to her feathers. Make it a bit yellow. Okay. And then there's another part of her hair that she has like a braid in it. And for some reason, it's a little lighter than her other hair. I don't know if when she braids it, like maybe it makes it a little lighter or something. I don't know. Let's see. And then I skip one, go down here. All right. And then this braiding part's going to be a different color there. Okay. Well, I actually could work, see. Yeah, okay, so I can work on those hard edge parts. Let's see. So I'm going to pick up my number 2 and go in with a little bit of burnt sienna there and there. Don't want to do too much to the nose because I'm there. Now, you know, it's distinguishable. Now there's this line here and right here. It's just a little too dark here. Let me see if I can pick some of that color up. Something on my brush there. I don't know what it is. Like a little. Okay, it's good. And okay, and now I want to go back with my number 6 and make the line on her left side a little bit more distinguishable again. With not too much water there this time. Pick up more paint. Okay. All right. I'm going to get her nostrils just a little bit darker. Let's see here. That's more burnt sienna, which will be fine. Too much water on my brush. Let's see, take a little bit and also burnt. Okay, now let's see here. I want to get these darkest area of her nose here. Okay. All right. So, okay. I think I'll be able to work on the hair now. And then I'll put these in at the last part. Okay, now the hair. It's going to be quite dark. It's going to be a combination of burnt sienna and burnt umber. And maybe I'm going to even put a little black in there. We will see. There's something on my brush. Going to take that off. Okay. Now let's see if we can do her hair. Really pretty brown hair. Oh, it's so beautiful. And long. It's very long. I didn't want to make it really, really long because, you know, my page is only so long. but it's really, really pretty. Hope I do it justice. I think that's one thing that I really want to learn is noses and hair. Really, it's like really, really soft looking. Trying to make it look really soft looking and like a beautiful color. It has like what I'm making right now. It has quite a bit of red, and burnt sienna does have quite a bit of red. But I'm going to put some burnt umber in here too. So, and maybe some black. We'll see. My granddaughter's hair is so pretty. And then I have all my granddaughter's hair is really pretty, and I don't want to, get into this braid. I want that braid to be distinguishable. You know how some girls they put these braids in their hair, and then with the ribbon and such like that. So let's see here. Burnt sienna. Okay. And now the other side. I think I'm going to turn my paper around and then go down with my brush like this. I have that wavy look there. I got something on my brush again, I think. Right there. I'm going to pick it up. It's like a little piece of hair or something. I don't think I got it, but I can get it later. So let's see here. And some burnt sienna, burnt umber together, maybe too, a little bit. Might be pretty too. All right. It takes time, to paint. So that's why I know I don't know if you like longer videos or not, but mine are because when I paint, I don't paint real fast. I think I remember talking to you about that before. But I hope you're liking this. I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know, and please do subscribe to the to my videos because my channel, my video channel, because my YouTube channel, because then if I get 500 subscribers, I'll be able to post my pictures when I'm done. Yeah, I found that out. This so I know her hair is maybe looking kind of reddish, because like I say, burnt umber has it, but we're gonna get it darker. Okay. I think I'm gonna go in right now to get it darker. Let's see. So I'm gonna go just with burnt umber this time instead of the burnt sienna. Okay. And if I don't think it's dark enough, I might go in with a little black. That's pretty dark. That's about how I wanted it. And then, of course, watercolor always it dries lighter, and acrylics dry darker when you paint. But oh, that looks pretty. That is the color of the hair in the photograph. I mean, I don't have to have it exactly the color of the photograph, but looks good. Now I know that probably it would look nice with just streaks. Let's see how that looks. See, that looks pretty with just the streaks like that, the darker streaks. Do you like that? That looks pretty. I could have done that up here too, but I didn't. I'm learning about now. This is quite wet. I think I'll just go in there. I'm gonna go in there and see what happens. I'm experimenting. Okay, so here's my streaks of darker hair. I kind of don't want to make it too streaky because I don't have that other side up there on the top too streaky like that. Maybe just like on the bottom where it could, it gets kind of blown around like that and stuff. And then just make this more only the one color like I have on the other side. Okay, I like that. That's good. That's good. Now, I'm going to work on, let's see, she needs some eyelashes. So, let's get her some eyelashes. I'm going to use my liner brush. You see this? Now, it doesn't look like it's going to come to a point. I can't see if I'm putting that in focus or not for you. I hope so. Not sure where this, I have to learn the equipment. But it's not to a point right now, but it will come to a point. See when you put water on it. Is that the camera? I don't know. I gotta learn that too. All right, now let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh yes. Wait, I forgot. Oh, the eyelashes. All right, so let's do her eyelashes. Let's get them kind of black and brownish. Okay. All right, so let's take this and go like this. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it is what it is. I think I actually got them too long. Well, that's okay. All right. You live and you learn. All right, now let's see. Let me reach way over here to get my black. Okay. I mean, my Payne's gray, which is black if you don't put too much water in it. All right. And then my burnt umber here. These are going to probably turn out a little darker. Now, I'm going to see if I can actually do this. So, getting them, I don't want to get them too long. I don't know why I'm getting them long. Oh well, she's going to have long eyelashes. Yeah, these are going to be darker. I'm going to make the other ones darker too then. Ooh, I need to make sure not exact, my brush isn't working for me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't want to do it with my number 2. And I did this girl's eyelashes, which I thought turned out pretty good. I got these a little long with the liner, and it worked out a little better than what it's doing now. It'll be okay because I don't want to take them away. That's going to get too dark if I take them away. All right. Well, let's see. I will stand up and show you what I have so far. See there? Okay, so that's her so far. It'll be much better with her lip color there. So here's the liner brush. Let me make sure you see that. See the liner brush there. See, let me see if I move this. I'm just experimenting. Oh, okay. I think that's right. Okay, good. All right. So what do you think so far? Yeah, okay. Not bad, huh? Okay. All right. Now, oh dear. Let's see. I'm going to put, I'm going to work on the ribbon a little bit. You know, I think I'm going to go with that orangish color that I showed you I was going to use with my number 2. So I think that'll be very pretty because it'll match her top that I'm going to use for this color for. Burnt umber and permanent alizarin crimson. I think that's what it was. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be the ribbon in her hair. And I'm going to bring it just a little bit down here, around here. These little bits here. Okay. And I'm going to do her lips. And then I'm going to stop the video because I think I'm getting a little long with the video. And when I show you my next week's painting, I can show you the finished look here. Or I may finish it today and then post it right at the beginning. You'll see it at the beginning. I'll put a picture up at the beginning of the video. Maybe that'll be a good idea. Maybe I can do that. We'll see. See how far I get today with this. Okay. So I want to do the lips. And I'm going to go in with just a little bit of quinacridone rose. Okay. Okay. That's a pretty pink, isn't it? All right, I see that I didn't go around here with a little bit. I'm going to get this. Well, I better leave it because I can't dry it. I'm going to leave that. So I am going to paint a little bit of her jewelry before I go off camera. See, a little bit of her face is what I always miss around the mouth. So maybe I can be more careful of that. Okay, so the jewelry, I want this color here, like her ribbon. Okay. And I think this one I'm going to paint black, because she has a black stone on that first one, and that kind of color on that one. So that looks pretty, I thought, on her necklace. Okay, and then I'm going to paint this turquoise navy blue she has. Let's see what else. Maybe some light colors like this, like her band. Okay. Then she also has an earring on, which I'll paint off camera. Like I said, it's getting too long now, so I'm going to make the earring probably that color. All right, now, oops. Let's see if I can do this a little bit by her lips. Paint a little of that color there, which was our burnt sienna. Just fill that in. Okay. And I want to make just, I'm going to put a little bit of burnt sienna in her lip color, because I'm going to make it just a bit darker. Looks a little too light for me. Okay, that's better. And I'm going to leave a little bit of that, her bottom lip, lighter, just a little bit. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to put in the middle of that, I have to wait and let it dry. And I'm going to put a line right here when it dries. I'm going to paint her top, and I'm going to paint her ear. There's a little bit of ear in her earring and all the beads, which is going to take me a little bit of time. And I'll post it right at the maybe I'll like have a picture of it, and then you'll see it. Maybe I'll do that. So, okay. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope, well, let me show you a little bit up close, as long as I have to stand up to turn it off. There it is. There's our Native American girl. Looks a little older than I thought, but I think it'll be fine for the book. Okay? So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye for now.